That's exactly what keeps me coming back.
Welcome, Namasté. I'm so glad to be here today. I almost mixed all my words up. I'm so excited. That's just how it works. Very grateful. Good afternoon, and glad you could join us, whether you're online or you're here in our beautiful space. I'm going to tell you right now, this space is absolutely gorgeous. It's mostly gorgeous because of all of you and how you just decorate the room. It's pretty good. No, I didn't just say that, Jim, by the way. If you're new, we're so glad you're here with us. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Namasté is a radically welcoming community, and we believe all paths lead to that awakening. So we're here collectively revealing that love is the nature of who we already are. Kong's over there making music. He's competing with me right now. I'm just like, I love this guy. The smile alone just melts me. So if you will just read with me this beautiful passage that has been part of this community since its beginning. I honor the place in you which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is love, truth, light, and peace. When you are in that place in you, and I am in that place in me, we recognize that we are one. So last week was our first Sunday, but we had an amazing guest speaker, which is Reverend Dr. Ramont Anderson. Oh my goodness, he was so amazing. So we usually do, it's our prayer Sunday, which today is our prayer Sunday. We just pushed it a week. So when you came in, you should have been offered a prayer card. And I don't know about you, but I need prayer every day. In this world, I just need to be reminded about who I am. And that's what supports me. So that card, if you didn't get a card, just raise your hand and we'll just give you one. Today, your prayer will be part of the service if you wish. But it'll also be part of our practitioner corps as they hold those prayers for you. And I just want to say this really quick. Last night, Sean and Amy had a beautiful reception in California. They just got married. Again, we get to celebrate. Love that. And just really excited. I have another announcement for you, but I have to wait and talk to them to make sure that I can announce it more fully. So let me just say, welcome today. It's exciting to be here, and let me just turn it on over to Kong, and let's begin our service with our congregational song.
All right, let's stand up and let's sing along. This is Down in My Soul. The music, I got a new day. I can hear the silence and I feel the power. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. Down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world, my home. I got a new day.
everybody over in that music section. Woo! So, good afternoon, Namaste, welcome. At this time, I would like to invite Candace Stein, one of our illustrious practitioners, to bring the candle up. This candle is brought up to remind us of that unity and oneness that we all are. That light of spirit that is ever present in each and every one of us. And as we come together in community, that light just shines just a little bit brighter. Thank you, Candace. Well, let's go to our affirmation. And if you can read this with me, please. I start here, in this moment. I let go of fear. I rest in this moment and know it begins with me. In this moment, I am peace. This peace that I am, I share that peace with everything and everyone around me. And so it is. So as this is Prayer Sunday, I'm going to do a little bit different affirmation or invocation. To begin our service, if you are able, I'm going to ask you to stand. And on platform, we always get to tie in our prayers and shares and meditation with the talk. And as it is nature today, what came forth for me for prayer was the Native American medicine wheel. In that, they refer to nature as Mother Earth, all of Mother Earth. And through that, they give prayer through giving thanks for the 4 seasons. So today, we are going to do that. So we're going to begin by facing east, which is exactly the way you're standing. Great Spirit who comes out of the east, come to us with the power of the east. We are thankful for the light of the rising sun. Let there be light on the path we walk. Let us remember always to be thankful that you give the gift of a new day. And turn to the south. Spirit of creation, we turn to the south. We are thankful for sending us warm and soothing winds from the south to comfort us, to caress us when we are tired and cold. Unfold us as your gentle breezes unfold the leaves of the trees. And as you give to all the earth your warm, moving wind, give to us warmth, and remember to be grateful so that we may grow close to you. And to the west, great life-giving Spirit, we face the west, the direction of sundown. Let us remember every day that the moment will come when our sun will go down. Never let us forget that we must fade into you. Give us beautiful color. Give us a great sky for setting, so that when it is time to meet you, we come with glory. Now to the north. Great Spirit of love, come to us, power of the north. Give us courageous when the cold winds of life fall upon us. Give us strength and endurance for everything that is harsh, everything that hurts, everything that makes us squint. Let us move through life ready to take what comes from the north. And back to the east. where we recognize the great spirit of the sky. Lift us up to you that our hearts may worship you and come to you in glory. Hold you in our memory that you are the creator, greater than we, eager for our good life. Let everything that is in the world lift our minds and hearts and our lives to you, so that we may come to you always in truth and in heart. And for the earth, great Mother Earth, giver of all life, we pray to you from the earth. Help us to remember as we touch the earth that we are little and need your pity. Help us to be thankful for the gift of the earth and never to walk hurtfully on the world. Bless us with eyes to love what comes from Mother Earth, and teach us how to use well your gifts. Me, we, and so it is. And now I would like to invite up Sean Mejia, our Board of Trustees.
Thank you, Nikki, for that. So at this time, I'd like to invite everybody to stand and say hello, and as soon as the music is over, please find your seats again. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to invite you to find your seats. So my name is Sean Mejia. I am the Vice President here at Namasté. And at this time, I would invite each and every one of you to repeat with me our mission statement. I learn practical science of mind tools in a loving, connective, and vibrant community to reveal my power and to change my life. And we do this. We awaken to a new truth in our lives. We realize how that truth has played out in our lives. We take our new knowledge and transform our lives. We repeat this process in our lives in new ways. Our power statements. We are a place of connection, healing, and unity. We are Namasté. This stuff works. Yes, it does. Tonight, join us for our annual community meeting after service. We will be presenting, members will be voting on a new board member, new draft mission statement, update on conversation with Seal Beach on collaboration, ecclesiastical and operations update, streaming and sound upgrades, education format, and financial state of affairs. So all after we finish here this in just a little while. Do you struggle with the four-letter word surrender? Well, join us at our next circle on Wednesday, August 17th to learn how you too can follow the creative call and birth your dreams by listening deeply and letting go and letting God. Monica Billhart will share her personal testimony of how she decides to Let Go and Let God, resulting in a successful debut novel after decades of trying it her way and failing. She holds a master's degree in metaphysical science and a doctorate in philosophy. She is an ordained metaphysical minister, pointillism artist, and an ardent writer of mythology fiction. Her debut novel, The Rape of Personus, is now available everywhere books are sold. So if you love Greek mythology, join us at the next circle and hear hear her story behind the darkest couple in Greek mythology, journey to create a 1694 BCE and meet the daughter of Demetri, Zeus of Olympus, among others, on her journey. Register on Eventbrite and check our website and newsletters. So at this time, I'm going to play a little video.
At Namasté Center for Spiritual Living, and I lead our healing arts ministry. It's called The Circle. This month we have an amazing guest, Monica Brillhart, journey with us to Crete, 1694 BCE. Do you struggle with the four-letter word surrender?
The creative people out there. If you're anything like me, you've probably gotten frustrated over the years. If you're creative and you're an artist and you've hoped that things might take off for you in a way that they did not. I'm here to give you 6 words that are going to change your life, and those words are get out of your own way. Hi, I'm Monica Brillhart, the author of the new mythological fiction novel, The Rape of Persephone. And I just want to tell you about my story of being a writer for 30 years and finally putting my own ego aside and really getting in alignment with Source, God, the universe, whatever you want to call that great omnipresent being who is dying to give you your creative gifts, and so that you can impart them to the world, because who's a better creator than the original creator? So join us on August 17th, and we will be talking about art and writing and my new novel that is now on the stands everywhere, and I'm excited about that. So join us. Can't wait to talk to you. Bye-bye.
I can't wait. Register on Eventbrite.
Join us this Sunday for fellowship at 4 p.m. in the courtyard. Our next fellowship is next Sunday, August 21st. We look forward to seeing you there. So that's next Sunday at 4 o'clock right outside. Daily spiritual practice. Jumpstart your weekday morning. Join our practitioners every weekday morning at 7 a.m. for prayer, support, and connection. You can call in or join on Zoom. Information is on our website and in the newsletter. The Safe Place, an ongoing hour-long grief support group every second Wednesday at 7 p.m. and every fourth Monday at 10 a.m. We've created the Safe Place to support grief from life's events, the changes they bring, and to find comfort in community. Register on Eventbrite. Look for us within the newsletter, website, and Facebook for this link. Thank yous. Our gratitude goes out this week to Dr. Reverend Raymond Anderson for his inspiring and fun talk. And thanks to Carrie and Graham for their special performance this past Sunday. Thank you for joining us today, and I'm going to turn it over to Kong. Thank you.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Thank you. So, in keeping with our theme of water, I'm going to read to you a water blessing that was written by a woman named Sage Maurer, who happens to be a water protector. The water protectors are indigenous people that protect the world waterways. This blessing was written for the Sandy Rock protests to protest the pipeline across indigenous peoples' lands. So this is what she wrote. This is a collective prayer to heal our waters. When I was in graduate school, I picked up the book Silent Spring by Rachel Carson. It was my first exposure to the woman who woke up many people in America in 1962 to the painful truth that we were poisoning our waters with agricultural pesticides and herbicides. She helped Americans understand that as a result of poisoning our ecosystems and waterways, we were poisoning ourselves. Her book is why we have the Environmental Protection Agency branch of our government. With continual shock and alarm, reading Silent Spring opened my eyes to what we have done and continue to do to our waters. Poisons we have released onto the earth are leaving massive bodies of water, including groundwater, all over the world unsuitable for drinking, bathing, or for aquatic life. Many of us are still waking up to the truths of agricultural chemicals polluting our water, as well as the poisons releasing in fracking, pipelines, and residential chemical use. As many of us know, it is often the most marginalized and oppressed people of the world, as well as plants and animals, who are most affected by this. I grieved and grieved and prayed and prayed, and I began to listen to the voices of the water. I listened to the spirits of the rivers who have been speaking to me for years. In listening to the spirits in the rain and groundwater, I journeyed with the spirits of our ancestors. I listened to them speak and asked how I might be able to help heal and protect the sacred life source we all depend on. Right now, people all over the world are listening to voices coming from the oceans, rivers, lakes, and springs that give us life. This life-giving water feeding billions of people around the world and trillions of plants and animals is crying out to us. We know we have been poisoning our water for over a century as population and industry have exploded. The plants and animals of the waters are also speaking to us. If we take the time to listen to them, our ancestors and indigenous people all over the world are raising their voices and fighting for the protection and healing of these precious waters. As Indigenous American fight and pray to protect the sacred waters of the Missouri River and holy grounds, they are calling out to all of us to wake up to what we can do. We must start listening to the voices of those we have silenced, those who have always been speaking for the well-being of the earth. It is time to help these voices rise up. It is time to wake up others to what we have done and continue to do to the earth and to the indigenous people of this land as we spread our poisons. It is time we stop pouring chemicals down our drains into our sacred waters, cleaning products and body care products filled with chemical poisons, herbicides and pesticides on our lawns. It is time we help others take responsibility in our lives to keep our waters clean. Listening to the voices of the water led me to rivers and waters all over the world in body and in dream time. I stood in the rivers and waves and listened. I let them carry me through time. I prayed with my ancestors and I listened for what I could do. I prayed at the holy wells now polluted from fracking. I allow the waters and the poisons to teach me, praying for guidance into compassionate action and relationship. In September, we rowed our canoes out into the middle of the Connecticut River, bringing flowers, crystals, blessing herbs, drums, and our prayers. We sent healing energy and our love into the river, offering flowers, sacred herbs, and songs. We prayed for the healing of the sacred river and for the healing of all waters. We offered our love, our gratitude, and our apology, and our promises of action. We prayed for the healing of our sacred river and for the healing of all waters. We offered our love and our gratitude, our apology, and our promises of actions. Let the Spirit speak to you from within the waters. They are waiting for us to listen. It is time we heal them together. Now is our time to bless this water. So before you, I have a bowl of water. I'm going to ask you to hold your hands out towards this bowl of water. Now is the time for our blessing. As you hold your hands out to the bowl of water from your heart, bring forth your energy. Project it into the water through your hands. Intend that the vibrations which now fill the water will spread to the waters all over Mother Earth. There is no place that this vibration does not enter. The healing, the grace, the power that we are is also the power that is being shared with the waters around the world. So in this, we offer our prayers, prayers of love, prayers of gratitude, and prayers of respect. Namaste.
told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. I know, shining down like water. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard. I know, been that way for a long time, yeah. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. I know, and it can't stop. Yeah, I wonder. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? I wanna know, yeah, have you ever seen the rain? I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day?
It just gets better, Kong. Des, Lorenzo, just gets better. Really grateful to be here today. We have a annual meeting afterwards in which the board reports on sort of the operation and ecclesiastic objectives and accomplishments that we do. It's a requirement of the board, and it's a great time to reflect. And I can say that this year there's some good stuff going on in the middle of what seems like sometimes there's not a lot of good going on. So I just invite you to hang out afterwards and get a chance, if you haven't, to hear really what our community is all about. This morning I had the opportunity to speak at Seal Beach. And I speak over there at least one Sunday a month. It's part of this collaborative effort of a few of us ministers in the Southern California area, supporting them while they have an interim minister. And it's really a joy, because I see folks, kind of move back and forth between Namasté and Seal Beach, and it's really fun to see that, because it feels like that we're sort of playing bigger. We're moving in and out of communities and supporting communities, and I think that's really kind of speaks to a lot of what I've done in my life, so I really enjoy that. So I'd like to start with a story, and it's called The Parable of the Porcupine. Anytime a story starts like that, you know it's going to be good. I'm just saying. It was the coldest winter ever, and it was so cold that many animals froze to death. It was in an effort to save themselves from this icy fate. The porcupines decided to gather together to fend off the chill. They huddled close together, covered and protected from the elements and warmed by their collective body heat. But the prickly quills, proved to be a bit of a problem in close proximity. They poked and stabbed each other, wounding their closest companions. The warmth was wonderful, but the mutual needling became increasingly uncomfortable. Eventually, they began to distance themselves from one another, scattering about the forest, only to end up alone and frozen. Many died. It soon became clear that they would have to choose between solitary death in the frigid wilderness and the discomfort between the solitary death of the frigid wilderness or the discomfort of being needled by their companions' quills when they banded together. Wisely, they decided to return to this huddle. They learned to live with the little wounds caused by the close relationship with their fellows in order to benefit from the collective heat they generated as a group. In this way, they were able to survive. It's an amazing story, and it really speaks to how we come together as humanity a lot. We all hurt each other from time to time, don't we? But it's an inevitable part of being relationship and community. In the end, we are absolutely better off coming together. Absolutely better off coming together. You know, nature is a great mirror and a metaphor for us. And why? Because it isn't just about our humanity. It's about the fact that we're all part of creation. Last week, Reverend Dr. Ramon Anderson talked about there is no place that God is not. How does that work, Des? Where's Des at? Because I know she wants to make a t-shirt. How does that go? There is not a place where God is not. There's not a spot where God is not. Is that it? I say that because Des and I talk during the week in interesting ways. If we're all part of that God stuff, sometimes we forget it's not just us. As Nikki so beautifully expressed in her blessing of the water is that great reminder in nature. There's a lot about water that I have a background in. Before I became a minister, I was in senior management at the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California. Talk about immersing yourself in water. I worked for the Water District and did a host of different functions. And what's interesting is it wasn't just at Metropolitan, but before that, I lived with my family after we left the mine. I grew up in a mine in eastern California, and we moved just down the road to what's called a pumping station that's on the Colorado River Aqueduct. My father was a mechanic there. Before that, my grandfather and great-grandfather helped build the Colorado River Aqueduct system. I've been connected to water for a very, very long time, and yet I spent my entire young youth in the desert where it seemed that water was very limited, to which it was. We're standing at a time that is unprecedented. There is a drought that continues to, I would say, plague the Southwest, although the Southwest is known for its droughts. There's a drought about every 10 years. And water supply, though plentiful on our planet, is not plentiful everywhere. And yet the largest population is in an area where the least amount of water is, and we continue to grow. And we continue to plant lawns and have all sorts of activities that require quite a bit of water. Water, in many cases, it's one of the reasons I chose to leave the water district is because most of the time in politics, water is treated as a commodity rather than the resource that it is. And it's because we use it like a commodity. And we forget that nature and we are one with nature. There is an intelligent design. There is an intelligent design within the universe. There is an intelligent design that is this planet that we call Earth. Our planet is designed to support carbon-based organisms. There are 3 compounds that keep us alive. Does anybody know what they are? Carbon is one, oxygen is another, hydrogen. Those 3 compounds are what makes it absolutely uniquely suitable for creation, not just us. And without hydrogen, there is no life. Without carbon, there is no life. And without oxygen, there is no life. Carbon is interesting because carbon makes up about 65 million different carbon compounds. It's one of the most prolific compounds that we have, or I should say molecules that we have. No other element can substitute for carbon, and complex life must exist within a narrow range of how it is and exists on our planet. Water is made up of oxygen, hydrogen, and oxygen. Interesting how that works, isn't it? What's Leonardo da Vinci said that water is the driving. It's uniquely fit for creatures like us. It is so unique. It is a universal solvent. It is less chemically reactive than any on the planet. It has low viscosity or thickness, and it allows our blood to flow the way it flows. It allows us to operate. It protects us in many ways. It is the best as far as absorbing heat, not only in our bodies, but on the planet. Water dissolves and moves to oceans and is part of a cycle that is absolutely brilliant. The same amount of water that existed when the planet was formed is the same amount of water that exists today. Plenty of it. And based on the design, again, of this planet, based on water, based on carbon, based on hydrogen, it's almost as if we, as a creation, not just humans, were preordained to be here. We came out of the life of all 3 of those. Now, am I conscious that there is an intelligent design? What's interesting about working for a water district is water, again, treated like a commodity, is taken for granted. Why is that? Because it so easily comes to us. We turn on the tap, we don't think about it. Oftentimes, because we're not educated much on what water is, when I worked at the Metropolitan Water District, there was a whole group of folks in our chemical lab that treated water just for taste. Just for taste. And those tasters are the ones that actually train wine tasters in the past. If you don't like the taste of water, you think it's unsafe. It's not. The water that comes out of the tap is probably the safest water you could ever drink. In fact, the bottled water that you buy is actually not as safe as tap water. It does not have to meet the same drinking water standards as tap water does. It's why I drink tap water. Almost always. The Tao Te Ching says this: nothing in the world is as soft and yielding as water, yet for dissolving the hard and inflexible, nothing can surpass it. So question, how much water is on the earth? A lot, Susan Calix says. That's the best answer today. It's 326 million trillion gallons. How much of the Earth's surface is covered by water? Oh, you guys are good. 72%. Some of you are going to get a little prize later, I get. How much of the percentage of total water is in the ocean? 85. I have an 85 over here. What do I have out here? 65? 2/3? Let's just go with that. 2/3. Susan is 2/3 all the way, all day. 97% of our water is in the ocean. It's necessary, and it's necessary because it keeps our planet temperate so that we don't get fried. How much water is drinkable? What percentage of that? Close. Yeah, now you're like not even going to answer after that one. Yeah, 3. 3% of our water is fresh, but 2.5% of that is unavailable. What percent of water is in the human body, which is, we know that, so how much of our body is water? Oh, here we go again. Wait, I want to hear what Susan has to say. 2/3, man. Oh, now you're all in, right? 75% of our bodies is water. Oh, I think Lori over here got it right. You're going to get a cup of water later just for that. Here's an interesting fact. 95% of what makes up our eye is water. So imagine when you say you have dry eyes. That's not good, is it? Now, some of these facts today, I'm really giving to you to make a little bit more conscious. So I'm going to give you a few more facts because I want you to understand our consumption. 1 ounce of almonds takes 80 gallons of water to produce. Hamburger, 4 ounces. 4 ounces of a hamburger, 626 gallons. You haven't seen anything yet. How about a beefsteak? You ready? 1,232 gallons. Chicken, 8 ounces, 330 gallons. One of my favorite foods, broccoli, 11 gallons. We use water like a commodity. We are consumers, and our consumerism is having quite the impact. There was a time on the planet when less than 5% of the population ate beef. It's up in the 90 percentile now. So imagine how much water it takes. Being conscious allows us, being present is where we have an opportunity to make a difference in the planet by what we choose and how we consume. Water is the best metaphor, one of the best metaphors spiritually. Ken Wilber, who did studies on spiritual community, he said the different levels of the spectrum is something like the various waves of the ocean. Some waves near the shore are strong and powerful, while others further out are weaker and less powerful. Unity consciousness, however, is not so much a particular wave as it is the water itself. There is no boundary, no difference, no separation between water and any of the waves. That is, the water is equally present in all waves. Most of the time, as consumers, we walk around as a wave thinking that we're completely separate, that we're not part of a larger whole. The impact that we may have on our planet, the impact that we have on life on this planet. The design, this intelligent design of our planet can teach us, water being one of those great teachers. Interesting about water, and some of the things I've mentioned about water, is it flows everywhere. It exists in everything on the planet. and yet we're we have such little consciousness around it. Now, interesting about water is, what did I say? We're about 75% water. Water exists in everything. What does water remind you of when you're thinking about spiritual principle? In, through, and as all things. Water is one of the greatest metaphors for God. And we're about as conscious as both in many cases. And to be conscious of water and its role and how it plays on the planet is to be conscious of me. If I am so full of water, and then how does water and my treatment of water, how does it affect me? How does it affect my planet? You've probably heard of Dr. Matteo and his studies around, he talked to water. And he was able to see within water crystals, specifically frozen water, that the water changed based upon the way in which he spoke to it. Crystals were absolutely beautiful, stunning, as he spoke words of love and encouragement. And when he spoke words of hate, it reflected the same. Water has a consciousness, like everything on the planet. So when I speak of myself, you know where I'm going. When I speak of myself and I have words of hate or self-loathing, imagine what my body's doing. When I do the same for others, imagine what I'm doing for them and to them. Water has a design that can teach us. Everything on the planet is conscious. What is the antidote for this? What is the antidote for being a steward of water rather than a consumer of water? And it is to be present in who and how I am on the planet, for what I consume, how I operate. Ernest Holmes said, "The best is like water. Water is good, it benefits all things and does not compete with them. It dwells in lowly places that all disdain." Water doesn't discriminate. This is why it is so near to the Tao, to which Ernest references the Tao again. As water purifies itself by flowing, so our inner realization of the flow of life through us purifies the stagnant pools of our fears and doubts. The water molecule cannot be contaminated, by the way. In fact, you really can't contaminate water. Contamination sits in the water. It can be filtered out. Not always, because we don't always have the technology to remove it, but the water molecule itself stays whole, perfect, and complete. Just like us, the part of us that cannot be touched. It's representative in its power, and the metaphor of water can draw us into being more present in how we live on this planet. One of the things we used to say at the Metropolitan Water District is the solution to pollution is dilution. Let me close with John Muir. When we contemplate the whole globe as one great dewdrop, striped and dotted with continents and islands, flying through space with other stars, all singing and shining together as one, the whole universe appears as an infinite storm of beauty. We are one with everything, whether we're conscious or not. How we speak, how we act, how we treat our planet, absolutely everything matters. Each one of us play a part. Water is life, and it is our lives. And it is not just human life, it is all life. Let us pray. Drawing near and into that space, let me just hold into that part of me that is fluid, that is flowing, that is water. I hold these words of this prayer in that deep recognition that all is one, that God is that one, that God that is whatever of our choosing and our belief. This abundance of water does not mean to consume it. It means to steward it. It's to be a responsible steward on this planet. And so I just hold that for this community that is Namasté and anyone that hears this. That we are one with all, and in this moment, in consciousness, in presence, let us hold that as our practice as we go through our week this week. I just bless this community and all it stands for and all that it speaks to. I bless Seal Beach and Downey as they do theirs as well as we work together over the next months. So in deep gratitude for what we came here to learn, came here to be, and also came here to teach one another. So I just release this prayer, knowing it is all done in the mind of God, and so it is.
Say this mountain can't be moved. They say these chains will never break. And we know that this can be done. There is power in our word. We've heard there is no way through. We heard the tide will never change. They haven't seen what we can do. There is power in our word. So much power in our word. Move the unmovable, break the unbreakable. For we believe for it. From the impossible, we'll see a miracle. For we believe for it. We know that hope is never lost. For this life is forever bound. For we believe no matter what, there is power in our words. So much power in our words. Move the unmovable, break the unbreakable. For we believe All right, everyone, I would ask you to stand up and sing along with me now. We got this nice, beautiful part coming up, and I could really use your help. We say, I believe. We say, it is done. We say, I believe. We say, it is done. We say, I believe. We say, it is done. We say, I believe. We say, it is done. Keep it going. Move the unmovable, break the unbreakable. For we believe, for it from the impossible. We'll see a miracle. For we believe for it. For we believe for it. Thank you all.
Oh, nice, nice. So, from today's talk, what did you take away? What did you take away about water? Water is life. Pay more attention to how I use it, yes. There's a reason to be vegan? Anything else? Yeah, it's also about balance. It's about balance. We've lost balance. There's a harmony. And so we get to do that. And I hope each one of you take what we're talking about right now with this, again, this drought that is happening across literally the planet, in many places on our planet, and consider how we choose going forward. So at this time, I'd like to invite you to come into our conscious giving. This is the time when we give to this community. We support this effort that we're doing to teach and to be present in a community that mirrors back this beautiful idea that each one of us are part of the divine. I also want to say this. There's always hope. There's always an opportunity to change. There's always an opportunity to make a new choice. We know that. So right here and right now, let us just, as Buddhism explains so beautifully, it's not about being lost that we focus on. It's about the new choice and coming back to being present. Let us focus on that, because remember, just like we are beings of water, everything we do and feel and think affects this body temple. Everything. So coming back to presence, coming back to center, let us be in that place. Let us be in that place right here and right now. So if you will speak a word of affirmation as we give today. Oh, I'm so grateful to get to be in a community in which we get to have this space and this time together, for those of you that are online or here in this room. So let us speak this together. We give today as a community rich and intentional in creating a world that supports the peace that is who we are, and peace for all who enter here. As we give, we anchor in that peace in our prayers, our actions at home, our daily practice, and how we show up in the world. We affirm this is true, and so it is. Did those of you fill out a prayer request? I was just going to invite you to hold on to that prayer request, because I want to make sure we get moved so that we can get into our annual meeting. I was hoping I'd have a little bit more time, and it's okay. So hold those prayer requests, because our practitioner corps will be holding those in prayer as we go through the week. So as we close, let me just say a few thank yous, because I don't know about you, but the sound just gets better and better and better in this room. So I want to thank Lena and Matt for taking that lead. Thank you so much. And hiding over here doing streaming is one of our new sound techs is Sierra Zimmerman. You'll get to meet her in the weeks to come. She's training today. We have an amazing sound and video team. I am just so grateful. I can't even tell you. And I'm so grateful that our streaming is now out of the hands of our congregants and sitting over here. What an amazing accomplishment that is after 4 years. Whew. I want to thank Kong and Des and Lorenzo. I heard piano, I heard vocals. It was absolutely amazing today. Thank you guys. You did so beautifully today. Nikki, beautiful share invocation. Oh, loved it. Beautiful representation of what can happen in the world, how to be more present. I thank you for that. Minister support, I thank Candace. I did not make fun of you once today, Candace. Thank you, Candace. Sean Mejia, our Board of Trustee, and Julie Gano in the back on our welcome team. She also stepped in for Janine, my wife. Our daughter tested positive for COVID yesterday, so Janine's at home with her. She is slightly scared, upset, and well cared for. Well cared for. And I just want to thank all of those. So we're going to go into our benediction and then into our close, and please stay after. We'll be meeting right here yes, Susan is motioning to me. We're meeting right here for the meeting, but there are amazing snacks out there to keep your blood sugar levels up so you don't fall asleep in the middle of the meeting, right? Because we have exciting news to show you. For those of you who are new to Namasté, join us, because it'll be on Zoom. You can still register on Eventbrite and find out what the community is about financially, operationally, and ecclesiastically. Was that all you wanted me to say, Susan, on that one? Yeah, you bet. Gotcha. So let us do this. I'm going to grab a mic just so the music team gets or the sound team gets a little heads up. So if you can join me in prayer. So let's rise. Feels a little hot in the room. If you could just take it down a little bit. I have one of those voices that carries so beautifully. I can even go deep. So bring it on, music team. Let's do this today. So I know something amazing is happening. Do you? What is it? Wonderful is happening through me right now. Well, happy for you. What is it? Oh, so glad. Where is it? And what am I going to do with this life? And hold on a second, because I'm just thrilled you weren't just keeping it for yourself. Just saying. So now that I know that we're going to share this, how are we going to share it?
Just the way.
Oh, and this next line. Now hold on, because you know what's coming. Start to wiggle those toes. Start to feel it in your legs. Do a little shimmy if you like, and just get it moving. And feel that gratitude rise up through your body as it moves up into your shoulders and your arms, your neck, and it's about to explode right off the top of your head. And say with all that you are, thank you, life.
All right, let's sing along. Here we go. Thank you, Namaste. We love you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. My good is my God. My God is my good. All the good there is belongs to me. My good is my God. My God is my good. All the good I seek belongs to me. That's my truth with a capital T. It's all about being free. My good is my God. My good is my God. I'll have all I ever need. My good is my God. My good is my love. My love is my good. All the love there is belongs to me. My good is my love. My love is my good. All the love I seek belongs to me. That's my truth with a capital T. It's all about living free. My good is my God. My good is my God. I have all I'll ever need. My good is my God. My good is my God. My good is my God. My good is my God.
Thank you, Namaste. Have a great week, but don't leave. Annual meeting in about 10 minutes.